Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I love talking about books. And in today's video, I will be talking about all the books I read in August. So it's my August wrap up and I'm so excited. I love this time of the month when all the wrap ups come up and then all the TBRs because I just love watching them. So I hope you're excited. And I've read some pretty good books this month. It wasn't that many, to be honest, because it was a very busy month, like last month, but that's okay. I still read all of these books, plus 2 on my Kindle, plus 1 audiobook, plus 2 books halfway through, so technically 1 more, but I'm going to talk about those, like the 2 half ones, in September, obviously, because I'm not done yet. So yeah, I read 2 thriller books, 1, like I said, physical, and then 1 audiobook, which was exciting. I read 4 literary fiction, in specific 3 by Ellen Hilderbrand, so it was a very Ellen Hilderbrand coded month, which is what August usually is. And then I read 1 romance, and that was it. Anyways, so let's start with the beginning, where I read 1 book that has been on my TBR for a very, very, very long time, and that is Alone with You in the Ether by Otterby Blake. And I've had this book for such a long time and I was kind of like excited. I was also scared that I wasn't gonna like it, and then I didn't like it that much. This book is about Rian and Alder, who meet in New York City, I think an art gallery and stuff like that, and then they just make a deal to have 6 conversations and just talk. And those 6 conversations, nothing more, nothing less. But then it kind of develops into sort of romance, it's very like slice of life where nothing kind of happens, and I just don't think it was a book for me. Maybe not in the right time, maybe I would have enjoyed it in another time, but I was so bored. I'm sorry, but I was so bored. And so not with the characters. Also, I didn't understand some things. That might have been because I was listening to an audiobook and I fell asleep because I was so bored. Please don't cancel me. But yeah, so not my favorite of the month, but that's okay. I'm glad I read it because it's off my physical TBR and it has been on there for so long. So I'm glad it's off. But yeah, all in all, I gave this book 2.5 stars just because, yeah, it wasn't my favorite, as I said. Then I went on a very fun summer vacation where we just stayed at the beach for like 7-ish days, and it was perfection. That is literally where I read all the other books because I didn't read anything else the rest of the month. I was literally like reading a book a day for 5, 6, 7 days and nothing else. So yeah, yay me. But I started it off with The Hotel Nantucket, which I also bought last year and finally read. I think it was one of her most popular ones and most highly rated ones, and it's, I think, not the first one that I heard of, but maybe, I don't remember. But this is about the Hotel Nantucket, which is an old hotel on Nantucket, which has not been used and is like in really bad shape. And then some billionaire from London buys it and renovates it and spends all this money on it for no apparent reason for all the people who live on the island of Nantucket. Sorry, I just have to silence my phone because I did forget to do that. But anyways, and then it is a whole lot of characters who work in the hotel, like the maid and the manager and the cook, the cleaners, and I don't know, a lot of people, and a ghost, which was kind of funny. But honestly, I didn't hate the ghost. Like, she was kind of funny and quirky and gave a lot of plot, which was kind of good. And I think this was definitely my favorite Ellen Hilderbrand book that I read by her this August, because there were just so many POVs and so much difference and so much going on, and I feel like a lot of young people and not this like rich people drama which I had in the other books, so it's kind of different. And yeah, all in all, I gave this one 4 stars because it was nothing like, oh my goodness, life-changing, but it was really good and I enjoyed every second and never got bored or anything, and perfect beach book. I mean, like, you can tell that by the cover, but I'm still gonna say that. Yeah, then I read Summer Romance by Anna Monaghan on my Kindle because it has been kind of going viral and I just wanted to build my own opinion, and I was so excited. and it was really good. I didn't give it 5 stars, but I gave it a whopping 4, which is still top 10. No, not top 10. Top tier. And yeah, this is about a woman who's a mother of 3 children who just went through a divorce and who doesn't really take care of herself. Like, she doesn't prioritize herself. She cares about her children and her dog and about a lot of other people, but not about herself. And then she starts the summer romance with this guy she knew from high school and stuff like that, so they kind of had a history, and it was just so sweet how he prioritized herself, how he prioritized her, and how she learned to prioritize herself again. And it was a really good summer romance book, like it is in the title, and I really enjoyed it, and it was perfect length. Like, it was so short and sweet and perfect. So giving that one 4 stars, like I said. Then I dived back into another Elin Hilderbrand book, and that was Barefoot by Elin Hilderbrand, obviously. And this one is a little bit of an older book that I bought in Intaka last summer, which is why it is autographed, which I just love. But yeah, this is, I think, from 2007, so I was like, let's see how her backlist is before I dive into her latest book, which I'm going to review in a second. But yeah, this is about 3 women who get off the plane on Nantucket, and they were so different from all the other passengers. Like, they cause attention because one is super sad, one looks a little bit angry, and one is just seems not well. And later it's found out that one is sick, like has lung cancer. Like, you learn that in the first 15 pages, so it's nothing like plot twisting. And then one got cheated on by her husband, and then she found out she was pregnant by the cheating husband. And one was fired as a professor from her university because she had an affair with a student. So all in all, a lot of problems for these poor women. And we come to Nantucket, so the woman with the lung cancer can have one good summer and get treated and stuff, and hopefully, but you don't obviously know that. But yeah, this was pretty good, but was it too long? Definitely. And I missed, this one only had 4 POVs, the 3 women, and then the babysitter of the kids, the woman with the lung cancer had. And that was okay. Like, 4, I needed more. I wanted more difference. Like, this felt all a little bit repetitive and like the same problems over and over and over again. I wouldn't be like, go read this book by Elin Hilderbrand. It would be like, read all of these, and then if you want more, then read this one. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a little good beach read, and talked about the beach very fondly and stuff like that. So it was still good, you know what I mean? It wasn't bad at all. And I gave it 3 stars because still good, but nothing special at all. I feel like I'm talking very quickly today, which is kind of funny, but I don't know. And then I read Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hiller, which has also been on my TBR for a very long time, so I'm glad I'm finally reading some of these books, which feels honestly amazing. But yeah, this is another thriller about Paris Peralta, who finds her husband murdered or killed, whatever, in the bathtub, and then she tumbles and is unconscious and awakens with the police being there, and she's like charged with the murder because she's right next to the murdered husband covered in blood with a murder weapon in her hand. And that's where the story literally starts. And then it's really interesting. It was fast paced, it was twisty and turny, and I was never bored, but I did guess a lot of things, like a lot. I don't know if that was like a thriller or mystery or whatever, but you kind of want to guess it, and it's like planned by the author that you guess it, because I feel like that's sometimes the case, and sometimes it's just like so crazy and so whoa, you would never guess it, and then it seems a little bit far-fetched. So I wouldn't even put it against the book, but it was just happening a lot, and I was kind of like, wow, okay, that happened, crazy, woo, you know. But all in all, a really good thriller, and still very plot-worthy, and a lot of things went down. Like, it was not only about the murdered husband, which it was, but like there was also a lot of backstory, which was interesting, I would definitely say, and multiple POVs, which I did not know going in, which was kind of fun. So would recommend as a thriller, and I gave it 3.75 stars. And then I read Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand, her newest release, which came out this year, and it is her last Nantucket book, which is so sad and weird. But I mean, I still have a lot of books on her backlist which I can read, which is saving me. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend reading Swan Song as your first book, because it talks a lot about the characters that you learn about in other books. So just don't read it first, but do read it, just not first. But yeah, this is about a rich couple moving to Nantucket, completely new people, and everybody just talks about them and gets to know them. They throw crazy parties, and it's like all interesting stuff and a lot of talk about them, and like I said, crazy parties. But then one party, they are on the yacht from the crazy rich people, and then the house burns down. And again, you learn that in the very beginning. Like, it goes at the end of August, the house burns down, and then it goes back into June in the beginning of the summer, which is kind of confusing to explain. I'm so sorry. But the house burns down, and one person goes missing. You don't know what happens to her. You don't even know who it is. But then again, you move back in time, and you learn more and more about these characters and who they are and who went missing, and it's always like back and forth, which was kind of interesting. And there was like this mystery going on, like what happened, why did the house burn down, who went missing, why did they go missing, all this stuff. But it was a lot of rich people drama. Like, it was a lot of, I want to get in this country club, and I want to make these people like me, and I'm getting these lemons from the Amalfi Coast for $200, and you know, and a lot of these POVs. But there were also some young POVs, which I definitely prefer because I'm young. Hello. But yeah, and I love how it, like in the other books by Anne Hildebrand, for example, in the hotel in Nantucket, you have a certain set of characters you get their POV from, and then you have another set of characters you see in the book, but you don't get their characters. No, you don't get their POVs from. For example, there's Blanche Heron, there's Paz Eddie, and there's Ed Capanashi, who's the chief. They're always in the book somehow, probably mostly, and you never know their thoughts, POVs, why they're doing what they're doing. Why is Blanche Heron such a tittle-tattle? I don't know the right word. I think that's maybe it. I don't know. And this one, in Swan Song, you learn their POV. Like, they are the main characters. You learn about them. Which I feel like just, it fits so perfectly, and it connects it all, and you learn why is what going on, and like, it's fun. But that's also why I wouldn't recommend it at the beginning of your Ellen Heroine journey, which I would call it. But yeah, and then lastly, I listened to the audiobook. Let me check. So yeah, I listened to the audiobook of Only If You're Lucky, which is another new-ish release, like from 2024, by Stacey Willingham, who wrote A Flicker in the Dark, which went kind of viral 2 years ago. And I was kind of skeptical, that's why I listened to it, but it was a very fun campus set book. Like, it was taking place on college in the summer mostly, but also going into fall and autumn, and having switches between time, like then and now perspectives, because one person got killed and one person is missing. You learning more and more about these characters. And in this one, I feel like the plot twists were really twisty and turny, and I did not guess them, which I liked. So that was kind of good. But yeah, like I said, it's about, my memory today is so bad, but I also slept 4 hours today, and I already drove 8, so my brain is just a little bit, you know, not a lot going in there. Yeah, it's about Margot, who meets Lucy, and they are living together with 2 other roommates in this fraternity-owned house, and then Lucy goes missing, and one of the fraternity brothers gets killed. And then you go back in time to how they met and what happened. And also Margot kind of has a backstory that is kind of interesting, kind of twisty, kind of turning, kind of really sad, honestly. But yeah, that's kind of that. And those were all the books I read in August. August slipped away so quickly. I was like, how is it the end? Like, I almost forgot to film and wrap up, because I was like, we're in the middle of August, right? And I was like, no, if you're not, you're actually almost like at the end. Like, today is the 31st, so, you know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I see you in the next one. go watch my September TBR. Oh my goodness, we are entering fall. So excited. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye guys. Bye. Bye from all my